Hello everybody, Drifty here from Driftwood Gaming. We're going to continue our Stardew Valley Let's Play. This is, I think, episode number 5 or 4 or 6. I don't know. It's been, okay, look, it's been a year since I've in-game, a year since I've actually done an episode. Needless to say, I've been hooked on this game. This game has taken over my free time. Having a ton of fun with it. We are on the 8th of spring, year 2, and I'll show you guys the farm, and hopefully in this video I'm a lot more educated with how to play the game, so I could give you guys a few tips. Tip number 1, check the TV every day. Always look for, what's it, the queen of the spice, or spice queen or something like that, but it gives you recipes. Also, living off the land doesn't like unlock anything, but it gives you tips. Most of the time it'll be stuff you know, unless you're just starting out. So, got that golden egg from one of the Halloween events. I managed to buy a little bit of the quality fertilizer before it just went up in price. Today there was a patch for Stardew Valley, so version 1.05 is here. Lots of new changes and bug fixes, and apparently there's a way to zoom. I haven't played since the update, so we'll take a look real quick. I think this I don't know, footstep sound was added. Oh, here we go, zoom level. That's cool. And we can even zoom out. Let's run it 10% zoomed out. Zoom buttons. Oh, our zoom buttons are up there. Yeah, we'll go for that. Lighting quality. Oh yeah, let's go high. Alright, that's fine. So over here we've got our trash compactors. Just throw trash in there and you get random things. Looks like I need to throw some more berries in our jelly maker. Blackberries don't make a ton of money, but it's what I have right now. Winter, you can't really grow any crops unless they're winter seed crops, which you get for turning in artifacts at the library. Yeah, this game is super fun. The bait machine is a good thing to have because it doesn't require any, like, you don't have to give it anything, just collect the bait every so many days. Some wild honey. As soon as these flowers grow, it'll start affecting the honey. That's a tip I can give you. Put flowers, especially poppy flowers in the summer, over the honey, or next to the honeybee collector, and what'll happen is it'll turn the wild honey into like poppy honey, and it'll sell for just a crazy high amount. The regular honey doesn't sell for too much, but you get the poppies on it, it adds up. So get the seed makers. Make the seed makers as soon as you can, or right here, 1 gold, 10 coal, and 25 wood. In order to get the gold, I was unsure how to do. I mean, I figured it was in the mines, but basically you get between 0 and 39, or 0 and 40 you find copper, and then 40 to 80 you start getting iron in the mines, and between 80 and 120 you start finding gold. And it's pretty common once you get to the right level. It's not hard to find. But with the seed makers, you can put one of your plants in the, what do you call it, inside the seed maker, like a crop that's already been grown, and then it's a random chance to give you 1 to 4 seeds. But usually when it gives you 4 seeds, it gives you like the foraging seeds. I found an ancient fruit which I have growing over here. I don't know how long it takes, but I found it in the, I think in the late fall, and I thought, okay, it's gonna change season, and most of your crops will die when the season changes. So you don't want to plant your crops too late in the season. You want to kind of plant them early in the season, within the first 10 days, and then start stocking up some money for when the season changes. That way when the season does change, you can buy a bunch of seeds and then just plant a bunch in the beginning of the season. Oh yeah. Pet all your animals every day, and they'll start liking you more. I don't know how that affects your cat or your dog, but I know that when your pets, your farm animals like you more, they'll produce, you know, more milk and larger eggs and that sort of thing. You'll get more goods from them. So I could probably let my chickens out, but I just planted the grass here, and they'll eat all the grass pretty quickly. So I've just been feeding them hay until the grass, which will auto-populate. The grass just grows once you put a starter down. But what I did is I put one starter down and I let all 4 of my chickens out, and they just ate all the grass like super fast. Did I talk to my chickens? Bok bok. You can name your chickens too. Guko. I need this one to move because I think he's blocking it. Get out of the way, chicken. There we go. Oh, a tip for you. In the wintertime, if you don't buy a heater, I think your chickens will die. Or if they don't die, then they won't produce any eggs. When you get your eggs, you can buy the mayonnaise makers. Instead of selling your eggs, you want to save them to make mayonnaise with. A really useful tip is to save up to 10 of each item you find, because you'll have to complete like bundles, and some bundles require well, they all require specific things, but some require multiples. Like this one requires high quality of these 4 different crops. So save your high quality ones. Of course, you could sell them because the high quality ones sell for more, but you want to complete the bundles because it does things like unlocks the mining quarry at the bridge. You can plant trees. These are specialty fruit trees that you can buy. You can plant them at any time and you never have to water them, which is great. Eventually you're going to unlock sprinklers, and you see I never have to water these plants over here because the sprinklers auto water them. But you'll have to find the correct layout to do it. I started planting these, and then I started building sprinklers. It looks like our wine is done. What I found has made me the most money is growing cranberries in the summer, because you get multiples of them, and they sell for now by themselves they don't sell for very much, but you turn them into jelly or wine and they sell for a ton. I've been using blackberries to make jelly and wine once my cranberries ran out, but I had like 200. I'm like, oh, this should last until next summer, but it's still the beginning of spring and I'm already out of blackberries again because I have 17 jam jar thingies and I've got 17 kegs, so I might have to use something. I guess I'm gonna have to make the salmon berry ones, but honestly the salmon berries, they're super cheap. They do not sell for very much at all. Even when you turn them into wine. Well, they sell more for when they're wine, or juice, but use the rest bit of these. Maybe I shouldn't use the last bit of them. I'm sure I'm gonna find more, but let's see if I just use a cherry. No, you can. Cool. Can I use a parsnip? I can. Interesting. Yeah, I want to save the blackberries in case I need them for a bundle. This summer I'm going to be prepared though, because I basically spent the last bit of my cranberries. Instead of making jam and wine with it, I've turned them into seeds. So I'll have plenty of seeds for when summer comes around. I think it's summer, right? It's summer? No, it's in the fall. Damn. What am I gonna make in the summer to make money? Well, I could use these star fruits too. But I'm gonna need something. Tomatoes. Corn works for summer and fall. So corn's a good thing to harvest. It doesn't make a ton of money, but it's a steady... They're one of the few crops that goes through multiple seasons. So I need to start planning for what I'm going to do in summer. I've organized my chests. You can make chests right here for 50 wood. Which is cool. You can make, you know, have plenty of storage. I've organized them into different things. Like this is all forage stuff. This is flowers. These are vegetables, which I've used mostly to make seeds and plant and jams and stuff. This is like monster loot and other stuff I've found on the beach. This is like miscellaneous stuff that I use constantly, like stone and wood and random stuff. I am waiting for these 3 trees to fully grow. That way I can put tappers on it, because that's all I'm missing in the bundles to... Let me find where it's at. It tells you the reward for getting all the bundles right here. You have to go to the community center to figure all these out. Glittering boulder remove. All I need is, I think, a catfish, and then I have this whole thing unlocked for the fish tank. And then the crafts room, all I need is oak resin, maple syrup, and I mean I basically have 1, 2, 3 out of 5 needed. So if I can get either pine tar, oak resin, or maple syrup, any of those 2 out of 3, I think I can get these 3. Then I'll be able to unlock the bridge, which will let me go to the quarry and find iridium, which is kind of rare. But I've upgraded my tools. We've got the gold watering can, we've got the gold pickaxe, the gold axe. Best time to do this is during the winter, when you don't really have any plants to grow. And the wood doesn't seem to grow back as fast. The trees, I mean, they don't seem to grow very fast during the winter, so it's a good idea to like stock up as much as you can before the winter comes around. And you can do like a lot of your mining in the mine. I spend a lot of time in the mine, and I spend a lot of time fishing during the winter. If you buy a silo, if you notice that your farm is fully infested with grass, that's not a bad thing. But if you try to chop it all down before you have a silo, you're kind of like wasting fodder or hay. Well, once you have a silo, you can automatically deposit that, turn the grass you chop into hay, and that automatically goes into the silo. So you want to build your silo first before you build a coop or a barn or anything like that. Start with the silo, and then once you have the silo, you can basically start clearing all the grass until you stop, until you notice that you're not getting any more hay. Then let it grow again because your silo's full. Now you can actually go to the silo and pull out your hay and drop a chest down and put a bunch of hay into the chest to continue to do that, but it doesn't let you pick up multiple at one time. So let's see, what else do I need? I was going to make... Now there was a bug, yeah, let's go cobblestone path here, that when you upgrade your weapons, I mean your tools, you basically have to leave your tool there. And say you upgrade your pickaxe and you walk up to the farm right here. Well, you could actually walk into a stone that would randomly place itself here. And if that happens, you get stuck. I don't know if this is fixed in the patch, but there's a way that you can get stuck and your game can freeze and you'll have to Groundhog Day. And if you're not familiar with what Groundhog Day means, is basically the game only saves at the beginning of the day or at the end of the day. So if you go throughout the day and you crash for whatever reason, which I've never crashed, but apparently, when this game was still in beta testing, there was a lot of bugs. But I mean, I've never even crashed, and I can't even say that for most of the AAA games that I buy. So it's been pretty stable. But like I said, I don't know if that bug was fixed, the stone, but a way around it. You saw I was placing the cobblestone paths right there, blocking the way, and stone and stuff can't spawn on top of a pathway that you make. So if you put cobblestone path right there, or any kind of path right there, then that'll stop that bug from happening if it hasn't been patched out. And even if it hasn't been patched out and you haven't done that, the odds of that happening are super unlikely. It's possible. So I've got my skills leveled up mostly to like 8s and 9s. Let's take a look at them real quick. Level 9 farming, level 8 mining, 9 foraging, 9 fishing, 7 combat. So time in the mines is what I've done the least, but I've still put a good amount of time into it. The problem is when you die from taking damage, you can lose a ton of items in your bag. Now, when you freshly start off a new game, fishing's really hard. Like, especially when you get like a sturgeon or, like a catfish on the line. I haven't been able to get any catfish yet. I'm pretty sure that I know which pattern it is. Like, you can recognize what kind of fish it is by the pattern most of the time. Here's another tip. You see these little worms right here? If you use your hoe on the ground, the worms will reveal like artifacts and clay, which is very important. You're going to need clay. I like the spring because there's lots of trees to chop down. And I've upgraded the pickaxe or the axe to the golden axe. It's cool. Let's chop down these trees a lot quicker. When you hit trees, even if you don't hit them with an axe, like, you can right click on things to shake it. And see, I was right clicking on it, it dropped a pine cone, so you can do that too if you want to just get some pine cones and you don't want to actually chop down the tree. You can still make trees without chopping down your other trees. Now, I need to go back to the farm before it gets too late, because if you're not in bed by 2 a.m., your character passes out, and then you get you'll wake up in your bed, but then you'll get a mail, a letter in your mail that says, "Oh, someone found you and they took you to the hospital and we've billed you." And the last time that happened, it took 1,000 gold. So even it's a surefire way to lose money if you just pass out. Also, not only that, but you wake up with half your energy instead of all of your energy. You wake up half recharged instead of fully recharged. Some trees you can't chop down, like these. You can kind of notice they look different than the other ones, like the ones in town. They're basically, I think they're parallaxed onto the map. See if we missed any plants that need to be watered. I think we got them all, thanks to the sprinklers. But what I want to go, oh, another cool trick. If you want to throw something in the box, you can highlight it and then just left click on it from anywhere, and he'll just hook shot it in there. Oh, did he fix that? I think they fixed that in the patch. You can't do that now. Oh, that's a shame. That was cool. I guess you actually have to walk up to it now to throw stuff in there. Another cool feature is like when you're interacting with a menu, or you're doing something like that's bringing up your items, you can see that the game pauses. So it gives you plenty of time to not rush yourself and accidentally sell something that you don't really want to sell. I really appreciate that little fix there. Apparently, there's mods. There's no official API out yet, but there's people who are already modding it, and the developer said like he's totally cool with that, and he plans to release a public API for people to actually start modding and doing custom mods, which is he's like a super cool guy. But he's also a multimillionaire now. Um, the game sold for over 425,000 copies in the first, I think, 2 weeks. That's incredible. 425,000 copies for an indie game at $15 a pop. Now, I know Steam takes 33% or more, about 30 to 40% of the profit. So, considering that he had a publisher, the makers of Starbound, Chucklefish, published this game. So they took 5-10% cut. I don't know exactly how much, but I'm sure they took a cut. So you think of that, and then you think how much Steam took, and then you do the math, and it still comes out to this one guy making over $3 million on this game. So all of you RPG makers out there, all you guys, all you people who are using Game Maker, keep doing it, because you never know when you're gonna hit something like this. You're gonna catch a niche that you think it's gonna be only for a small audience, but it becomes super widespread, and the masses love it. So keep making your games. You never know when you're going to make $3 million in 2 weeks. That's the thing. Now I know he spent 3 or 4 years developing this game, but that's what I'm telling you. Don't give up on your games, because you can make millions if you get it right. See, I think that's all I want to sell here. I'm gonna. Oh no, the mayonnaise. That's what it was. Okay. To store these. Should probably use the tapper on the tree down there, but I want to get a tapper. I could just make more tappers too. Seeds will go in there. We'll put our forage here. Put our vegetables here. Oh, I've got these potatoes, but these are the golden ones. I want to save the golden ones. I'm keeping these three things here for gifts. I know that Abigail likes amethyst, so does Emily. Um, who is it? I think Leah likes emeralds. I think it's Leah. Wait. Let me check. Penny. Penny likes emeralds. Yeah, she loves emeralds. And then Haley, which is the very abrasive, snooty chick, likes grape jelly. But I've met she's also like the hardest one to win favor with. But you give her grape jelly. Here's the trick, guys. Give her grape jelly every week, twice a week, every week, and you will eventually get her. She loves grape jelly. And I think it's spring, or no, is it? When do you make? When can you harvest grapes? I think it's summer, right? Let me check. Grape. Fall. Okay, in the fall, make a crap ton of grapes. Um, cranberries, cranberries and grapes. That's what you want to go for in the fall. Cranberries and grapes. But what I need to find is something good for summer. I mean, corn, definitely you're going to plant corn because it's going to go until fall. So that's going to be a good thing to have. Let's see, we've got, yeah, we filled up our hay. Might as well put this egg in the mayo machine. Grab another egg, put that in there. We already fed and pet all our animals. We don't have a ton of animals. I sort of was sticking to crops and then just leveling up everything. I was sort of doing everything, which is a good idea to do. Um, I've leveled up everything pretty much evenly, except for combat, which is a little behind. Oh, that little sound effect is this drum tile. I got it from a reward for turning in relics. You walk past it, it makes like a snare or a hi-hat sound effect, which is kind of cool. I'm looking for another table. These are also things like this futon, this vase, these things you get for like finding artifacts, which is what you find from mining, and also what I was telling you earlier about the worms coming out of the ground, you can hoe them up, and then sometimes you get like prehistoric artifacts, which I don't understand, but it's fine with me. Blackberry wine, you see 17 of them. That's really not a lot. I mean, that's pretty poor for 17 wines. You would make like almost 4K with cranberry wine, cranberry juice. But I know this fall and this fall I'm gonna make a ton of cranberries. I'm gonna have a huge farm. My first year I was still learning and didn't have a lot of money saved up because, well, it was a new game. But oh yeah, check the TV every morning. No Queen of Spice this time, but at least we can get our fortune. When you find like geodes and stuff like that you can take to the blacksmith to open up for artifacts, save them all up, excuse me, until you get good fortune. When it's a good fortune day, then take them all in, and then you have a higher chance of getting rarer stuff, rarer, and less chance of getting like copper ore and coal. Coal is actually good. I mean, one thing I got early on, what's it called? It's not the furnace, something else. I'll tell you right now. It's this thing, whatever this thing is. The charcoal kiln. Yeah. This is a good thing to have. I mean, obviously it takes basically what it does is it turns 20 pieces of wood into coal, and 20 wood is good to have because you need like 500 wood for like all kinds of stuff. But coal is kind of it's not rare, but you just need so much of it that it's good to have a lot of coal. So just the fact that you can turn wood into coal is a great thing, and I've already made hundreds of coal that way. You basically need it because you have to use coal to smelt your ore into ingots, and you need ingots to upgrade your tools, and it's crazy. Like, you need this to do that, and this to do that, and that to do this, and but it's all balanced, and it runs. It's like the Harvest Moon game that I never. It's like a Harvest Moon game that has so many more features that you wanted Harvest Moon to have and Rune Factory to have. But then again, it's like it's got its own thing too. It's like it's not like a copy of the game at all. It's its own game completely. It has a similar like farming concept, but it's not for console, you know, it's for PC, and it basically does everything that those game does, but it does it better. If you haven't played this game yet, I mean, for $15, this is my game of the year. This is my game of the year. And last year my game of the year was Witcher 3. This year it's definitely Stardew Valley. And it's kind of like a giant jump, right? This game, look at the graphics. Are the graphics super amazing? No. But do they need to be? Not at all. It's all about the gameplay and the core gameplay loop and the mechanics of the game and the player engagement. Is this game engaging? Yes, it is. This game captivates something that I think a lot of people actually would enjoy in a game. You know, it's like it lets you be creative. You can basically design your own farm, you know, and if you want to have nothing but livestock, once you get going, maybe like starting your second year, you could do that if you wanted to. If you focus on it. If you want to have no livestock and just plants and farms, you could do that. If you want to play the game without even growing any crops, like, you'll have to do that at the beginning a little bit, but once you save up a little money, like the first season, and that's it. You can do this entire game by just doing and stuff in the mines and just fighting stuff like Zelda style. I mean, you're probably going to blow through that content really quickly, but The option's there. You can play that way. There's no wrong way to play this game. And that's a really interesting concept. It's kind of funny how I'm doing this season. What I basically did is I spent all my money on seeds, just enough to grow like a small patch like this big. And basically bought some seeds of each type. That way, when it comes to completing bundles, I'll have all these things, you know, to complete bundles. But then instead of like selling them, I'm putting them all in the seed maker, except for the golden ones. And that's letting me replant them before it gets too late in the season. And then basically I'm just like expanding the farm. So the farm gets bigger, and then probably by the 15th I'll stop what do you call it? Like turning all the stuff into seeds and replanting. I'll start just harvesting and selling and selling and stockpiling basically, but still kind of early. It's only the 9th. Now, you see how I put 1 flower in there, and this time it gave me 3 seeds. So I put in 3 flowers, and I got a total of 8 seeds. So that's how it grows. Another big tip: make sure you're using fertilizer. Now, unfortunately, this new 1.05 patch changed the price of quality fertilizer from 20 gold to 200 gold. Now, I haven't checked the price, but I'm told it's changed the price. Matter of fact, it's a little early. I do need to go check the chickens, and actually finish doing this. But what we're gonna do before it gets too late is go check the price on the quality fertilizer. I mean, you could make it. It's not that hard to make, but you need like hundreds of it. So the fact that you could buy it is not a bad idea. What kind of seeds do I want to plant? Let's plant these garlic seeds. Well, I have room to plant these, might as well. They're in season. But basically what fertilizer does is you get different bonuses. So you could use like speed grow fertilizer. I don't need to water that. Which makes it grow faster. You can get fertilizer, quality fertilizer. You can get like a mixture of stone and clay fertilizer, which basically has a % chance to keep the ground wet from the day before. Like if you water it, then there's a chance like the next day that the plant is still watered, which will save you work early on when you don't have your watering can leveled up or upgraded, I mean. And a lot of times when you're making jams and wines and stuff, the quality, which is, if you're wondering what these little stars are, when it doesn't have a star, that's normal quality. And then the silver star is like the next level up, and then the gold star is the highest quality. So I'd just say low quality, medium quality, and high quality. It doesn't really have a name, but basically you can go off that 1, 2, 3 scale. So this one's silver, then gold. But when you put like silver and gold, I haven't noticed, and maybe it's been changed in this patch, it hasn't made a difference in the outcome of the jellies and the jams and the wines and the juices. Like you can put a gold star in there and then right next to it the regular one, and you'll get the same result. So if you're gonna end up selling the things, you could just sell the gold ones because they will sell for more. and then use the regular ones for the upgrades. Or just use them all for upgraded stuff. Because basically you can plant something and then harvest it and then throw it in a keg and turn it into juice, or throw it in one of these preserve jars and turn it into jams, and you'll make way more that way. So definitely start doing that as soon as you can. Big tip. I think what we're gonna do is, garlic is new to this year, so every year there's a new thing added. Like, so the first year you'll have a set amount, a good variety of different things you can grow, but then each season will have a new thing added to it. So this year, in the spring, year 2, garlic was added, which I didn't have last year. At least I think that's the one that was added. So I might as well stock up a little bit on that and add a bunch of those. What I'm gonna do is store any gold version products though. Let's get this mayo. It's already getting, I think that they're gonna end up closing pretty soon, the seed shop. I want to check the price on the fertilizer if they've actually changed it. I think they were supposed to. Someone told me that they were going to. A little trick right there is you can basically hold down left click and then just spread it out. Like, that'll save you some time. I don't know if we're gonna make the store on time or not, but we're gonna try. I need to get those seeds, but time keeps on ticking, ticking. I'm gonna harvest these on the way back. I'm gonna get those worms too. We're just making a beeline straight. Zoom out. Let's see how far we can zoom out. That looks kind of cool when you're zoomed out. Alright, we made it. Oh, looks like they're having a party back there. Also, every NPC has a birth date. So, let's check the price on... That's the same price, that's the same price, that's the same price. Oh, it's not 200, it's 150. And this was 10. This quality retaining, so this was 10 and this was 20 just yesterday. So they've changed the price on this from 10 to 150, and this was 20, and then now it's 150. That's new. I feel like this was more, this apricot tree. Maybe not. But I know I want to plant summertime. Oh, apple tree. That's what I was going to buy. I need an apple tree. It only bears fruit in the fall, so I can buy it in the summertime. The beginning of summer would be the best time to buy the apple tree. That's the one I need to get next. Because I need apples for one of the bundles. I don't think I found any. This game also has like a social aspect to it. Like, there's a bunch of different NPCs. Some of them you can marry, some of them you can't. Most of them you can't, but I think there's 12 or 14 that you can marry. You see the word single if they're eligible to be married. You have to get enough, you have to have your house upgraded enough, and you have to have enough hearts. I don't know how many. I think you need 10 for them to propose or something. And you have to give them like some necklace or something, some shells. I don't even remember. I read in one of the books when you mine up the ground. Let's see, what was else I gonna do? I was gonna check prices. It's already getting a little. I mean, yeah. I was basically gonna buy some more quality fertilizer if it was still 20, but it's not. It's 150, and it's still worth it. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I mean, that's a shame. I wish I would have bought more of that. I mean, I bought as much as I could, really. I ended up getting like 200, but I seen somebody streaming, and they had like 2 stacks of 999. I'm like, do you really need that much quality fertilizer? And then the guy told me, well, not really right now, but I might eventually, because the price of it's going up to 200 when the patch comes out. And I'm like, oh shit. I better jump on it. And I managed to make it, I managed to get up to the point to where I can buy it at the discounted price the day before the patch hit where it went up in price. So I did get, I don't know, let's see how much we saved here. What's 200 times 20? That's what, 4,000? So I spent 4,000. Now what's 200 times 130? That's what, 26,000? So I saved myself like, what is it, 20,000? That's significant. Let's go ahead and throw potatoes. You can't actually put fruit, like fruit tree fruits, in the seed maker to get seeds. It just won't let you. I tried. I think it says it on it too. Yeah, let's go with potatoes. Potatoes, precious. If you have an item selected and you right click anywhere, it'll ask you if you want to eat it. That's how you consume items. You can also play with the controller, although I don't really recommend it or find it a good way to play. But I mean, it's not a bad way to play. It's just, I like mouse and keyboard. I'm familiar with it much better at controlling things with mouse and keyboard. Like I can't see how people aim so well with like joysticks for first-person shooters. I cannot play first-person shooters with the controller. Like I'm getting better at it. Like Halo, definitely playing Halo 3 made me okay at it. Oh, I need seeds. Oh, like right here. You see how we got mixed seeds? I planted a potato, but it gave me mixed seeds. So it gave me 4 of them, but basically lost that potato. If that was the only potato I had, like this ancient fruit, I only have 1 seed of the ancient fruit. And so I planted that, hoping this will grow. And then instead of turning it into something, I'm going to put it in the seed maker. And if that gives me mixed seeds, I'm totally not going to save the day. I'm gonna reload because that's the only one I have, and I need that one to turn into at least 2 seeds. That way I can plant those 2 and then turn those into seeds, and then repeat the process until I have a ton of ancient fruits, because I know you can make a ton of money off ancient fruits if you turn them into wines and jams. That's the end goal. Some more potatoes. This is garlic. Throw down our fertilizer. Luckily, even though you harvest your plant on the, like, you plow up the land, and then you throw fertilizer on it, and then you plant the seed, and then you water it. And everything except for the last 2 things has to be in that order. You can water it and then put the seed. That's fine, but you can't put fertilizer on top of ground that's already got something planted on it. Like, you can't plant the seed and then put fertilizer down. It doesn't let you. Which I don't under I guess it makes sense. I don't know. So this little cave right here, you get your pick on what it turns into. It could either be like a fruit bat cave or like a mushroom fungus cave. and you just have to pick one or the other. I think in the second season of the first year, Demetrius comes around and he asks you what he's gonna do a study or some mumbo jumbo like that, and you just pick one. I need to plant these. I know it's already, oh, it's only 9:30. I need to get as many seeds made and planted as possible. I should have planted those earlier. So I haven't really made like a ton of money or return on my investment of the farm for this season, spring the second year, because I've basically thrown all of my almost all of the stuff that I've harvested back into seeds to multiply them. I mean, there's a chance you can harvest it and then put it in the seed maker and then get one seed and then it defeats the whole purpose. But you could also get 3 seeds of the same type. You can put in one garlic that's been fully grown and you get 3 seeds from that. So then you can plant those 3 and get 9. So one can turn into 9 really quickly in a few days. But you can also get mixed seeds and I mean, unless you need a certain foraging plant, which you most likely won't because you can just run around the world and collect those. And every season there's like 4 different types of foraging plants that you can harvest. I feel like there's nothing there, but apparently I did plant something there, so. Is there fertilizer down? See, I actually placed a plant right here with no fertilizer, so that one's going to take a day or 2 extra to grow. So that's what I was saying. It wouldn't let me. You can't place fertilizer over a seed that's already planted, which I don't fully understand. I need to sell these mayos. I kind of dislike the fact that I can't left click and hook shot those items in there, but it makes more sense that you can't do that. But it was cool. It was just a cool little feature. I know somebody is going to say something about that, and I have a feeling that might be changed in the 1.06 to be added back, but you never know. Or I'm pretty sure someone will mod that so that you can still do that. It's easy to lose track of the time, and then next thing you know it, you pass out, and then you get a bill. So I have to keep a watch on the time. I'm gonna let these 3 seeds finish, or until 1:30 comes around. There we go. I think I could actually plant these in the time it takes. To be kind of quick on this though. 1. Did I already water that? Good thing I did. 2. Oh yeah. That just says something when you look at the crow. Do I have any more plants? Okay, well I guess it doesn't matter. We need to go into bed really quickly before... Yeah, we got plenty of time. Basically, you want to spend get as much out of the day as you can. But don't be too close, you know, like don't start heading to your house at 1:50 because you're probably gonna pass out on... You could still pass out in your house, is the thing. 10th of spring, year 2. So that's gonna do it for this episode, guys. We got an explosion heard outside the house. I think that means that a meteorite hit the ground. So we've got a meteorite that we can go harvest, which is cool because that's how I got my the 2 bars of what is it called, iridium? I think iridium, which is the next level after gold. But that's gonna do it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, like, favorite, share, and subscribe. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being who you are. Amazing people. Check out Stardew Valley if you get a chance. It's a super awesome game. Highly, highly recommend it. It's my current game of the year. I know it's still beginning of the year technically, but until something else better comes along, this is my game of the year. We will see you guys in the next episode.